Hello everybody, how are you? All doing good? Okay, awesome. So, welcome to this live session of Vedantu, guys. And as you all know, the topic today is lines and angles, right? And let me tell you, this is very basic topic and this is the base of geometry. That means it's very, very important, right? And today's session is like mostly we will cover the numerical part or the problem solving approach of this particular chapter, right? So we will be seeing what are the types of question that may come and what are the concepts required for solving those questions. And then we will also solve few questions from each topic, right? So hope you will have a lot of fun and you will enjoy learning this. Okay, so before I start, let me just introduce myself. So I'm a master teacher at Vedantu. My name is Mridul and I'm a maths expert. Right? Basically, I'm an electrical engineer and I have done my master's from NIT Warangal. Okay, and I have been in teaching from last 6 years and I have taught and mentored over 5,000 students. Okay, so this is all about me in brief. Let's start with the topic. Okay, guys. So lines and angles. Now this is a very, very interesting topic. Before I start, so I should tell that geometry, right? And this is the base of geometry, and geometry means measuring or the science to measure earth, right? So this has been developed from hundreds and thousands of years, right? And if you can see the monuments and you just can see the example of Taj Mahal, right? So when Taj Mahal was built, there was no machines or automatized machines, right? So how do you think it's so accurate, right? If you see the distance between two pillars and the accuracy, symmetry, it's amazing, right? And all these things were possible before 1,000 or 2,000 years. Now that's a big thing, right? So the science that made it happen was known as geometry, right? So we also know who Euclid is, and the contribution of Euclid in this geometry is very, very, important. So as Euclid said that we can have a ray, right? Or if we have a line which starts from a point and then it goes on in one side, right? That is called ray. And if I have one more, ray from the same point, or this is also known as vertex, right? Now, if there is some separation between these two rays, we call this separation as angles, right? Now, the interesting fact about this, angles is to understand that wherever you show this, either you show it here, either you show it here, it's the value is going to be same. That is, if say, for example, it is 30 degree. So either I show it here or I show it here or I show it here, everywhere it's 30 degree, right? So this is very, very important, and it's helpful for you to visualize in this way. One more thing is very, very important for you to visualize is that if I have one more ray which is parallel to this OB, that means let us say this is CD. Now this CD ray is parallel to OB, right? So this angle which is created by this ray OA with OB will be same as it will create with CD, right? That means here also, if this is 30 degree, this also should be 30 degree. So these are the small visualizations that you have to develop. And I'm sure most of you have this, but then let me just cover it. Okay. So this is very simple. This is lines and angles. So whenever we talk lines in this particular chapter, we'll be talking about straight lines. Okay. So we will understand that it's a straight line. Now, all of you, I just want you to have a pen and copy with you so that once I explain and then I start doing the numerical, then you should also try to solve with me, right? Okay. So first concept that comes or that we should understand is vertically opposite angles. I'm sure all of you have heard about this. So let's just understand in a very simplified way that if I extend a ray in both sides, okay, I'll get a straight line. And suppose I have two such rays, right? Now suppose these two rays are, meeting at this point, or let us say the intersection point. Let us say this is O, right? And I have one line A, and this is B, and I have C, and this is D. So line AB and line CD will intersect at point O, right? Now, the moment this happens, I have four different angles, A, B, C, D. Now, this is important for you to visualize. Now, these four angles also have some property. That is, the vertically opposite angles are always equal. That means A should be equal to C and D should be equal to B. Okay? So because these are vertically opposite angles. Now you might be thinking, what is vertically and why the name vertically opposite? It's very simple. This vertically means actually those angles who are on the opposite side but share the same vertex. For example, if you see this angle A and angle C, they are on the opposite side, they're facing each other and they share the same vertex. So these types of angles are known as vertically opposite angles. Now when we have straight line, two straight line, these types of angles will always be equal, right? But I have seen students making error in such a way that suppose I have something like this. Okay. Now say this is one line, this is the other line. Say this is A and this is B and C and D. Now very carefully see here. It seems that these two also are opposite and share the same vertex. But then these two are not equal. Why not equal? Because say this is the origin or this is the intersection point. So this AOC is not a straight line. So if AOC is not a straight line, then I cannot apply this concept which says that vertically opposite angles will be equal. So hope you got it. Let's go to the next point, that is complementary angles. Now guys, this is also very simple. Suppose I have a ray. So let us say I have a ray OA, okay, and I have one more ray OB such that OA is perpendicular to OB. That means this is 90 degree, right? Now suppose I have a third ray OC which bisects, or perhaps it just goes in between A and B ray. So such that it makes an angle A with the ray A and it makes an angle B with this ray OB, right? So in that case, I can say A plus B is equal to 90. Now these two angles are complementary with each other and they're also known as complementary pairs, right? So this is important. Similarly, if we have supplementary angles means suppose I have a straight line. Now you can see that say this is A and this is O and this is B. So in this straight line A, O, B and say this is C and this is D. If you see straight line AOB is a straight line, right? Then angle AOC plus angle COB will always give me 180 degree. That means in other words, B plus A is 180. Similarly, COD is a straight line. That means this angle A and angle D also will give 180 degree. Similarly, B and C and B and A. So how many pairs do we got? One is BA, one is AD, other one is DC, the last one is CB. So we have 4 pairs, right? So this is interesting. And summation of these pairs is 180 degree. So this is the concept that you should understand. Next, now we're using these 3 concepts, what we have learned, that is vertically opposite angle and complementary angle and supplementary angle. They may ask you questions on this topic, right? That means this point O, right? It's you see there are 3 lines which are intersecting at the same point. So I will have AOB and then COD and EOF, right? Now it is said that this angle is 90 and this angle is 50. Now they're asking us to find X, Y, Z and U. So these angles. Now, if you see properly that this angle say AB or AOC and BOD are vertically opposite angles of which 2 lines? EB and CD, right? That means this one and this one is vertically opposite because these 2 are straight lines. That means these two should be equal. That means I can say Z is equal to 90 degree. Similarly, this Y is, vertically opposite to FOD, which is 50 degree. That means Y is, directly we can say this is 50 degree because COD is a straight line and EOF is also a straight line. Okay, next is we need to find out this U and X. We can also see that U and X are again vertically opposite and we don't know what is the value of either of them. So we can calculate that. How do you calculate? If you see in this line AOB, this one AOB, in this line, this complete angle or the summation of this complete angle should be 180 degree. Now we know this is 90 and this is 50. That means up to here, it's 140. That means what I'm trying to say is angle AOB is equal to angle AOF, okay, plus angle FOD plus angle DOB. Okay, now we know these values, right? And this is 180 degree AOB. And here I have U plus 50 plus 90. So that means U is 180 minus 140, that is 40 degree. So that means X is equal to U and that is equal to 40 degree, right? So hope you got it, guys. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So in this types of problem, you might be given a mirror, right? And they might ask you that there is a incident ray at this point Q, and this incident ray follows the path or the ray PQ. Similarly, this particular incident ray gets reflected and it bounces back along the line QR. Now it is given that this angle is 100. So what will be this angle, that is PQE? Now how do you find this? Now you need to know the properties of this mirror. That is, we know, you might have studied in physics, right? So this incident ray or incident angle is equal to reflected angle. That means I can find out by putting a perpendicular here. So that means this angle is equal to this angle. But if you see, we don't have to use this topic. Which is important is this angle, if this is X, this angle will also be equal. So I'm not proving it, guys. I'm just telling you that we should know that this incident angle I and this incident refracted angle are equal, right? So I is equal to R and this angle are also or should be equal, right? So you can easily prove this. Now using this concept, we can solve this. So we know that AQB is a straight line. So that means angle AQB is equal to 180 degree, right? Now AQB can be divided into this one. So I can divide this into X plus this complete angle, which is 100 degree, plus again X, that is 180, right? So now you will get 2X is equal to 80 degree. So X is equal to 40 degree. So we got the answer. That means this angle PQA should be 40 degree. So that means this also should be 40 degree, right? And 40 plus 100, that is 180, and that is the angle of the straight line. Okay, hope all of you got it. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Next concept, okay, that is transversal. So what we have done is, till now, we have studied three concepts, that is vertically opposite angles, and then complementary angles, and then supplementary angles. And you can have questions on these three topics. So say these are type 1 problem. Okay, type 1 type of problem. You may get lots of problem in this way. Okay, next is this transversal. Now let me explain what is transversal. Now suppose I have two lines, okay, and these two lines are not parallel to each other. Suppose these two lines are not parallel. So if these two lines are not parallel, definitely if I extend them to infinity in both sides, they will meet somewhere, right? Somewhere they have to meet because they are not parallel. So either they will meet this side or they will meet this side. That intersection point, okay. So these are two straight lines. I can have more options. That is, I can have two straight lines which are parallel to each other, right? They will never meet and there will be no intersection points of these types of things. Now, what is transversal? So transversal means I need to have a third line, right? So that it will intersect these two lines, say L and M, at two different or distinct points, right? That means what I'm trying to say, let me draw it properly, or I have already drawn it here. See this. There is a line, for example, say L. Say this is L line and this is M. And this L and M meet at this point O. Now suppose I have a transversal, I try to draw a transversal, but it happened that the transversal also crosses through this intersecting point. Now this is not a transversal. So AB is not a transversal in this case because it intersects both the line L and M on the same point. So that by definition, transversal means a line which intersects two or more given lines in distinct point. Distinct point means different point. For example, this one. So this is correct. So this AB here can be called as a transversal because this is point 1 and this is point 2. So we have two different points of intersection. Now, suppose these two lines L and M are not parallel. Then definitely they will meet at some point, say O. So this L and M are meeting at point O. Now I draw a transversal and such a way that this meets these two lines at two different points or distinct points. The moment this happens, you see I got a triangle. That means the area or the surface which is enclosed here, right, is also known as triangles. Now the shape of triangle can vary according to this particular transversal. So that is a different thing. We will come to this topic after some times. Now we will deal with this one. That means we have two parallel lines and one transversal. So parallel lines and transversal. If you see, I have 2 points of intersection. That means I have 8 angles which is created, right? So this angle which are outside, right? That means this 1 and this 2 and this 8 and this 7. These are outside the lines, right? Not inside or in between the line. So these are called exterior angles. Similarly, these angles 4, 3, 5, 6, these are inside, right? Between the two lines. So these are called interior angles, right? Now let us find some more property. As I have already told that, I already told you, right? Suppose I have two rays in such a way that this makes 30 degrees. Now if I have one more ray which is parallel to this, even this will make the same angle. And these types of angle here we will call it as corresponding angles. Got it? So say, let us name it in the right way. That means 1, 2, 3 and 4. And here 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now this 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. Similarly, this 3 and 7 are corresponding. Similarly, 1 and 5 are corresponding and 4 and 8 are corresponding, right? So this is very important. Next, you can also see vertically opposite angles. So 1 and 3 are vertically opposite, whereas 2 and 4 are also vertically opposite. 5 and 7, 8 and 6 are also vertically opposite. Right? Now let us learn a few more concepts. So here the corresponding angles are 1 and 5. Right? Next is 2 and 6. Next is 4 and 8. The other one is 3 and 7. So these are the pairs that we have for this corresponding angles. And each of the pair, if we add them, right? Sorry, each of these pairs or these angles, 1 is equal to 5 because these are corresponding angles. Got it? So 3 is equal to 7. Now, alternate interior angles. So we all know that interior angles are 4, 3, 5 and 6. Now, what do you mean by alternate? So whenever they say alternate, that means one will be on the left side, other will be on the right hand side of this transversal. So this transversal, if you see, the interior angles which are opposite to each other are 4 and 6, right? And 5 and 3. So I can say 4 and 3 and 5 and 6. Now the property of this is the alternate interior angles can also be shown that they are equal to each other, right? So this 4 is equal to this, it should be 6, right? Just hold on a second. Yeah, so this will be 4 and 6 and this will be 5 and 3, right? So 5 and 3, 4 and 6, and these are equal. Next is alternate exterior angle. So exterior angle means, again, I have a term which is alternate. So that means one is on the left hand side, other is on the right hand side, and exterior, that means 1, 7. So 1 is equal to 7. Similarly, 2 is equal to 8. So these are the two pairs of alternate exterior angles. The last thing which is very important is consecutive interior angles. That means if you see properly, these two, that is 3 and 6, right? So 3 and 6, this is a pair of corresponding interior angles. Similarly, 4 and 5, these are also pair of corresponding angles. That is consecutive interior angles. Now summation of these two will always give me, that means 3 plus 6 will always give me 180 degree, and 4 plus 5 will also give me always 180. So these are the properties, very simple. Okay, if you remember these names, the problem solving will become, and these properties, the problem solving will become very, very simple for you. Okay, so now let me show it to you. That is, if AB, let us take a numerical. Okay, so in this numerical, if you can see, they're saying that given that AB is parallel to CD, then you need to find X and Y. Now this is a very common problem, and it's often asked in the board's exam, right? So what happens here is, we need to first of all, if you find out X, you can easily find out Y. Why? Because if you see here, X plus Y is 360 degree. That means Y is nothing but 360 minus X. Okay, so this is very important for you to visualize here, and I'm sure this is very easy to visualize, that this is complete as a whole 360 degree. So this angle plus this angle, that is X plus Y, should be 360 degree. Now the thing is, how do I solve this? Now to solve this, what I will do is, I will draw a line in such a way, so I have to do some construction. So there are many methods to solve this. One of them is this, that let me draw a construction, a line say M and N, such that this MN is parallel to AB and parallel to CD, of course, right? So now, if you see this, let us divide these X as angle 1 and angle 2. That means X can be said as 1 plus 2, right? Now you see properly here. Say, suppose this is M and this is N, and this is A and this is B. And I can say that this is a transversal, this PQ is a transversal. I can say that. So that means, what are the alternate angles here? This APQ, okay, and PQN are alternate interior angles, right? Very simple. So if this is 50, then this should also be 50, right? So I got my 1, that means my angle 1 is 50 degree. Similarly, if I need, now I need to find this angle 2. So again, I will show it. So now MN, and say this is MN and CD. Now here again, I have a transversal in this way, and this angle is 2 and this angle is 120 degree. Now which property we will use? We can say that this, that means the third one, consecutive interior angles. So we know that this consecutive interior angles are summation of this angle 2 plus this P, right? This is Q, Q and R. So plus this angle QRD, which is nothing but 120 degree, is equal to 180 degree, right? So from here I can easily find out 2. So 2 will be 180 minus 120, that is 60 degree. Simple. So that means X becomes equal to 50 plus 60, that is 110 degree. So what will be Y? Now it's very easy for us to guess Y. So Y will be 360 minus 110, right? So that will be 250 degree. Okay. So I hope you got it. Simple. Okay, then let's go to the next question. Now this is also a very, very interesting question. I will give you 2 minutes. You try to see this. Let me explain the question first. So it says that I have two rays, for example, AB and CD, which are parallel. And then I have a third ray, which is EF, which is also parallel to these two. Right? Now they have just joined this C and E. And they have said that this angle is 25 and this angle is 75. So find out this Y and this X. So you have 2 minutes, right? Try to solve it. Once you're done, you can ping me the answers. Done, guys? Okay, I'm already getting answers. Very good. Yeah. So let me show it. This AB, right, is parallel to this CD. And say this is a transversal. Okay. That means these two. So if I extend, if you can't see it or visualize it, extend it now, it will be visualized easily. You can visualize this. So that means this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. And we know that these are equal. Now, if you see here properly, this is again divided into two parts. Here I have 25 degree and here I have Y, right? And this is 75. So I can say 75 degree here is equal to Y plus 25 degree. That means Y is equal to 50. So in this way we got Y. Now how do you get X? That is also very simple. Now suppose I have this EF and this EF is parallel to CD. So that means this angle X and this angle makes, yeah, can you guess it? What is this? Tell me. We have just studied it. What will you call it? Consecutive, very good. Consecutive interior angles. So that means this X plus 25 are consecutive. That means they are supplementary pair. That means I should have a sum of 180 when I add them. So from here I can find out X is equal to 180 minus 25. Right? So this will be 5. Yeah, all of you giving me the answer. Very good. So 155. Right? Okay. So let's go ahead. So very easy, right? Okay. So I will increase the difficulty. The difficulty level of the questions will be slowly increased. Now let's go through this one. So here in this problem it says I have again two lines AB and CD, which this is DE, right? So AB is parallel to DE. And then this B is joined or extended till C and D is also joined with it. Now how can you find out the angle which is BCD? Now this is also similar problem. I don't think so you should have any problem in solving this, right? This is a similar problem. So to solve this, first thing is you need a construction such that this line is also parallel. Say this line is M and N. So this line MN is parallel to AB, right? Also CDE. So now this angle, say this is X and say this is Y, right? So we need to, this is Y, right? So we need to find out Y. So first of all, we know that X plus 145 degree is equal to 180 degree. We have just learned this, right? So from here, X will be 35 degree, right? So we got X. Now we know that from this AB and CN, right? So if this is 75, this also should be 75 and this is nothing but X and Y. So you see these two are the question that we have just solved. this one and this next one is almost similar, right? So what I'm just saying right now is this x plus y, yeah, x plus y is equal to 75 degree. And we know what is x? X is 35. So y will be 75 minus 35, right? So this is 40 degree. Okay, so we got this y value, which is 40 degrees. So answer will be option C. Okay, so I'm sure that there is no doubt here. Let's go to the next one. So next concept. Okay, so guys, I'm just wrapping up this, just revising this second concept which we have learned, that is parallel lines and transversal. So we have total 8 angles, and we can, and they may give you numericals like in such a way that if your visualization is very, very clear, and if you know the properties like which are equal, for example, alternate interior angles are equal, corresponding angles are equal, alternate exterior angles are equal, and consecutive interior angles give us a sum of 180 degrees. If you are very clear with this, then you can easily solve these numericals which I have shown here. One more important approach is to do a construction by yourself and making the numerical easier. So this can be solved in various ways, but this is one way which makes this problem simpler, right? So you have to practice and also get this construction part, when to take what construction, right? Fine. Now let's go to the next concept then, that is triangles. Now, till now what we have done, we have seen if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Now the next thing is, if two non-parallel lines, that means suppose this is line L and this is M. So these two are non-parallel, right? And they meet at a point, let's say this point is C, as you can see, and there is a transversal AB which cuts these 2 points at, or these 2 lines at 2 distinct points. The moment this happens, we get a triangle. Now there are 2 properties of triangle which is very, very useful, right? One of them is the interior angles, that means this 1, 2 and 3, right? So I can say angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees. This is very important. I'm not proving it here. I'm just stating it, right? So that we can solve more numericals. Okay, fine. So now this is one important thing. Next one is the exterior angle. Suppose this is a triangle A, B and C. Now I can extend this one side of the triangle, that is the CV, on both sides. I have extended it on both sides. So here I will get 2 exterior angles. Say this is exterior 1 and this is exterior 2. Similarly, if I now, stretch the line AB, right? Then I am going to get again 2 exterior angles. One is this and other one is this, right? And this can also be shown as an exterior angle, and this can also be shown as an exterior angle of this, right? That means whenever we extend this line AC, I get these 2. So that means how many total exterior angles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now if you see carefully, these 2 are anyways equal, right? This exterior one and this angle. Similarly, these 2 are also equal because these are vertically opposite angles. Similarly, these 2 are also equal. Now, what is important for us to understand is how do we relate this exterior angle with the internal angles, say 1, 2, and 3. So the property says this exterior angle, say exterior angle 1, that means this, okay, this one. This one is equal to addition of 1 plus 2. Right? Similarly, this is equal to this. Say this is exterior 3. So this exterior 3 is equal to exterior 1, and that will also be equal to sum of this A and B. Sometimes we write it as angle A and angle B also, right? So similarly, I can also find out the exterior angle. Suppose now we talk about exterior angle 2. So this exterior angle, let me just do it some other color. So this exterior angle EX2 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 3. Right? So these are all angles. Okay? It doesn't mean 1 degree or 2 degree. It's just the name which I'm giving. Okay? So don't confuse this one with 1 degree and this with 2 degree. This is a name of the angle. Okay? Fine. So using these two properties, this is property 1 and property 2, we can solve more problems. Okay? So let us see. So the first type of problem that you can see here is, say you have two parallel lines, PQ and SR, right? And it is given that this angle is 65, SQR is given as 25, and this is shown that this is perpendicular, right? That means PQ and PS is perpendicular. So you need to find out this Y and this X, right? So I'll give you 1 minute of time. Try to see and then I will solve it. Let me see how many of you can give me the answer. Oh, great. I'm already getting the answers. Fine. Okay, guys. So see here, PQ is parallel to SR, right? So let me just draw these two lines. And if I say that this QR is the transversal of these two parallel lines, SR and PQ. So say this is also the transversal. That means this angle should be equal to this angle, 65, right? So that means this angle should completely be 65. Now we know that this is again divided in two parts, that is X and 25. So now I know that X, let me just take a different color. Yeah. So X plus 25 is equal to 65. So that means X is equal to 65 minus 25, that is 40. So X is 40 degree. We got it. Now it becomes very, very simple. Why? Because you see here, this is a right angle triangle, PQ, P, and say this is Q, and this is S, right? So this is 40 degree, this is 90 degree. So what will be this angle S? So of course this will be 180 minus 90 and minus 40, right? That means 180 minus 130. So this will be 50 degree. Okay, there are other ways also to solve this, but then this is okay. Okay, so how many of you have given me the right answer? Yeah, most of you have given me the right answer. So that means answer will be option A, that is X is 40 and Y is 50. Okay, guys. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now this question says, the bisector of angle B and angle C of the triangle ABC meets at point O. Then they're asking what is this angle in relation to this angle. Okay. So what are they saying? Let us just see again. Suppose this complete angle is B and this complete angle is C. So I can say that angle B plus angle C plus angle A is 180 degree. Okay, so this is a hint. Try to solve it. Now just give a thought to it. How will you approach? Then I will solve it. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting few answers. Okay, you also solve. I'm also solving it here. So we can, you see, those who are seeing, you can see, or those who are solving, you can solve. Okay, the technique is, what if I multiply 2 on both sides or half on both sides, right? So this means half of angle B plus half of angle C is equal to 90 minus angle A by 2. I can write this. Now, in this smaller triangle, OBC, this is nothing but half of angle B, and this is nothing but half of angle C. So in this smaller triangle OBC, I can say that angle O plus half of angle B plus half of angle C is equal to 90 minus half of angle A, right? Now, okay, hold on. This should be 180 degree. Yeah. Now we know that this is equal to 90 minus half of angle A. So we can put the value here. So from here we'll get O plus 90 minus angle A by 2 is equal to 180 degree. Now if I push it on these two on the right hand side, so what will happen? Angle O will become equal to 90 degree. Okay, because 180 minus 90 will become 90, and this minus A by 2 will go this side and it will become plus A by 2. That means this BOA, that means this angle is equal to 90 plus angle A by 2. That means option B, right? So hope all of you got it. Okay, awesome. And guys, if you have any doubt, you can anyways replay this session, yeah, and you can see it. Okay, so I want to solve maximum problem in this class, so I'm going a little bit faster. So just flow with me. Okay, fine. Next one. Now here it is saying that the side BC of a triangle ABC is produced outside in such a way that the bisector of angle A meets BC at the point L, right, as shown in the figure. Now they're asking what will be the sum of this ABC, that means this angle, and this angle. Let us say this is X and this is Y, so that we don't have to write the ABC again and again. I'll just say this is X and this is Y. They're asking me to find out summation of X and Y. Now what to do? Okay, so again I will give you 1 minute. Just think about it, then we can start. You can use, if you want hint, you can use the exterior angle property of this triangle. So let us say this angle is Z, right? So I can say from this triangle ALC, right? In triangle ALC, we change the color. Yeah. In this triangle, angle Y is the exterior angle, and that is equal to 2 plus angle Z, right? And also remember that this is a bisector. That means this angle is equal to this angle. So I should also remember angle 1 is equal to angle 2. This is also given, right? Now next thing. Now in this triangle ABL, if you see in this triangle ABL, this angle Z is the exterior angle, right? And this angle Z, I can write it as angle X plus 1, right? Angle 1. And I can write this as X plus angle 2 also, right? So now what? Now if I do, or I can say that this X is equal to angle Z minus angle 2, right? Now you see, it's almost done. So we got Y, expression of Y, and we got expression of X. Now I need to add them, right? So X plus Y, so angle X plus angle Y will give me what? 2 plus Z, and here Z minus 2. So these two will get cancelled, and I'll have 2 times of angle Z, and Z is nothing but ALC. That means 2 times of angle ALC. So do we have any options? Yeah, option B is the right option. That is 2 times of angle ALC. Okay, so hope you got it, guys. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, okay, in this question it is given that this AB is parallel to DE. Okay, and nothing else is given. It just said that they've extended B to C in such a way that it will make an angle 1, and then they have extended from 2 to D in such a way that it will make an angle 2 here and angle 3 here. Now they are asking, what is 1 plus 2 minus 3? Is it 90, 180? So what is the relationship? Basically, you need to find out the relationship. So give it a think. I mean, try to think how to solve this. Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Let me take a construction. This construction is such that I have a straight line here, L, which is parallel to these things. Okay, let us say this is L and this is M. So LM. So this line LM is parallel to AB and DE. Now what? Now this angle 2 got divided into two parts, say X and Y. So that means first thing is 2 can be written as X plus Y. Right? So now what is the relation between 1 and X? Right? So I can say that 1 plus X is equal to 180 degree. Right? We know that these are parallel lines and these are the corresponding angles. Right? Now, this Y, now see this line LM is parallel to this DE. So this Y is equal to this 3. So alternate interior angles. So that means Y is equal to 3. Right? Now what to do? Now if I add both of them, right? So if I add both of them, I'll get 1 plus X plus Y is equal to 180 degree plus angle 3. Now X plus Y, I know that this is angle 2. So it becomes 1 plus angle 2, and this 3 I will bring it in the left hand side. So this is angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Simple. So that means the answer will be option 180 degree. Okay. Fine. You're doing good, guys. So I'm getting the right answers. Okay. Awesome. So guys, let's move on to the next question. Okay. Now in this question, guys, you see it's given that AB is equal to AD. And few more things are given, that is this W is equal to this X, this black one, and this Z is equal to this Y, this green angles. Okay, now they're asking us to find out the relation between AP and AQ. That means this AP and AQ, are they equal? Are they greater? Is AP greater than AQ, or is it smaller than AQ, or this two, if I add, will be equal to A, right? So, try to solve it by yourself. Take some time. Note down the question, guys. Okay. So if you want some hint, you can, Okay. Fine. See this triangle A, D, and E. Can you see anything in this triangle? A, D, E. And the triangle A, E, B. Okay. So we can show that these two triangles are congruent. That means this line is common and this line is equal and the angle is also equal. Why? Because this is W plus Z, right? So that means this angle DAE can be written as angle DAE, right? Can be written as W plus Z, right? See here. And this can be written as W is equal to X and Z is equal to Y. and this x plus y is nothing but angle BAE, right? So DAE is equal to BAE. So this is side angle side, rule. By using this rule or theorem, we can say that these two lines or these two triangles are congruent. Now that means this angle should be equal to this angle. So we got one more thing, that this angle is equal to this angle. Now next thing is, we will take these two triangles AQE and APE. Now, in these two triangles, again you see that we can see that this line is common and this angle is equal and this angle is also equal. That means in triangle AQE and triangle APE, if you see, angle Z is equal to angle Y. This is given. That means this angle is equal. Similarly, this angle is also equal because we have just proved it, right? So this angle QEA is equal to angle PEA, right? And this side is equal because this is a common side. So AE is common. So again, this I can say angle side angle congruency, right? With this, I can say these two triangles are congruent. So if these two triangles are congruent, that means this side should be equal to this side. That means AP should be equal to AQ. That means which option? Third one. Okay, guys. So any doubt? Yeah, if you have any doubt, guys, you can mail me, okay? Or if you want me to explain some other topic or some other question which I have just solved, if you have any doubt in that or some conceptual, thing, you can ask me in this mail. You can note it down, mridul.ghosh, GHOSH @vedantu.com. Okay, so do mail me, guys. Okay, fine. So one more thing which I would like to tell is, hope you have enjoyed this session, guys, and hope you liked it very much. Now I have designed a course for this topic, that is lines and angles, and it will be started from next week. And you see, I will give you the link for that. So the link is https://vdnt.in/lines. Okay, please note it down, or let me just show it here. Yeah, this is the URL. Note it down, and once you type it, you will see a page where you can register for the course, right? So guys, the actual course is about 2,000 rupees, that is 1999, right? But for today, there's a lightning offer. Okay, that means by today night, right? That means 12 p.m. or 11:59 p.m., right? So this is approximately 500, that means 499 rupees. So there's a lot of discount here, right? So if you enjoy and if you like in this session, please join this masterclass. And let me also tell you, this will be a 5 hours. If required, we will extend the time, but in 5 hours, I'll make sure that you master lines and angles. And if we can do this much in just almost 55-60 minutes, 1 hour, we can do a lot of things in 5 hours, right? And it will not be in a single day, it will be divided. Okay, in say 4 to 5 classes, 4 to 5 sessions we will have. Now, next thing is, which is very, very important, is you can always mail me. So do mail me with your concepts or any doubts that you have. Okay, so I'll be very, very happy to clear your doubts. Okay, even if you enroll or if you don't have time to enroll, but make sure you connect with me and ask your doubts. So hope this video has helped you, right? This live session of this Vedantu is helping you guys, and you are enjoying these sessions a lot. So with this, I conclude this, session. So thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and hope to see you in the class. Okay. Bye, guys.